Let's craft some compelling Facebook ads to drive more leads and sales, plus use the power of AI to generate a nearly endless stream of ideas for your own Facebook ads. Timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources. Now, the best source for ad copy ideas before we get into a 3-part proven framework is, of course, going to be the Facebook ads library. So you just go to facebook.com/ads/library. And you can essentially look up any person or business that's advertising on Facebook. So let's see, you see I've done monday.com. So let's say we want to see what the NFL is up to. And with a quick search, we can now see all the ads that they are currently running. So you can go ahead and do this for any business, big or small, in your niche or industry that's actually running ads on Facebook. So this is a great place to go to start to get ideas for your own ads. Now, should you copy these? Of course not, because then your ad isn't really going to stand out. It's just going to look like everyone else's. So just remember that you always have that tool to help jumpstart your ideas and at least get some insight as to what your competitors are doing. Now, when it comes to writing your own ads, you're going to want to use something called the PAS framework. This stands for problem, agitate, and solve. So we'll quickly go through each one, and then we'll take a deeper dive into a simple exercise you can use for your own products and ideal customers to quickly create some awesome Facebook ad copy. And of course, this is going to focus on the body part of that copy. This is what people are actually reading. So the first part of this is going to be problem, right? So we want to specifically call out a problem that our ideal customer is dealing with. And so this is going to be the first line or two, and this is going to be how we grab people's attention. Then we want to agitate the problem because we want to expand upon the dangers of not taking action, because we need people to take action on our ad now, not 3 or 4 weeks from now. And then we also want to build up the anxiety around why they really need to solve this problem. And then we go into solve, right? Which is going to be whatever our offer is, whether it's our paid offer or a free offer to get people to join our email list. Now, I realize that's overly simplistic, so let's go through a simple 3-step exercise to actually come up with some ideas, and then we'll jump into an AI-based tool that can really get some ideas rolling for us. Now, the first step in our copywriting process, even though we want to identify that problem that we're going to grab people's attention with, we do need to take one tiny step back and figure out who we're actually talking to. So we'll go through an example with a couple of different ideal customer avatars, but just come up with 3 to 5 words that your ideal customer would describe themselves as. Now, obviously, if you're doing e-commerce, this probably isn't going to be as important as services or a consulting or digital products business, but we'll just go with this example. Then we want to ask, what results are our ideal customers after, right? So maybe our business owner wants to spend less time in their business, our homesteader wants to be off the grid, our aspiring artist wants their own gallery. I'm talking way too fast. So just go ahead and make a list of 5 to 10 things that they're really trying to accomplish. Now, if you already know what you're going to be promoting, then you could just list out the things that your offer will actually help them achieve. And then this is what we're going to use for our problem, grabbing the attention, is we do the but, right? So they want this, but they think something's getting in the way. So what is getting in the way of the result that they actually want to achieve? And so as you can see here, we have a couple of examples, not enough time, not enough experience, not enough money, maybe there's zoning requirements that are getting in the way, whatever it might be. You can always pause to read through each one of them. But as you can see, we've gone through and we've come up with a pretty comprehensive list of different things and problems that our ideal customers are facing on the journey to getting what they ultimately want. And so this list of but, when we're talking about problems, is what we're going to use in the top of our ad. So this is going to be part number 1, and we'll put all this together in the end. So then we move on to agitate, right? So we have this list of everything that is getting in the way. And then we kind of want to poke at the wound a little bit. We really want to expand and talk about how not taking inaction is actually going to make this problem worse. Maybe they're going to miss out on an opportunity, or whatever else you can think of that makes the situation or the results that they want further away or worse simply because they don't take action now. And that's really important because we need people to click on our ads on Facebook. Otherwise, we're just spending money for no reason, right? So here's what it could look like the next step. And under the get worse column, you'll see we always start with, and if I don't do this now, so if you fill in the blank for that for your ideal customer, if I don't do this now, for a business owner, they'll fall so far behind that their competitors will just crush them, and they'll never have time. They just have to make the time now. Or maybe for our person who wants to be a triathlete, they'll never get to compete because age is not on their side. They're aging, right? So we could talk about it's now or never because everybody's aging unless you're selling something that de-ages them, in which case now's the time, right? So then finally, that was a really silly example. And then of course, finally, the bottom two here are both about running out of time, in which case maybe the homesteader is worried that they won't be prepared in time for whatever the event is or whatever they think is going to happen, the reason that they need to create a homestead in the first place. And so whatever it is for your ideal customer, you're going to want to, of course, write out a couple. And then the final part of this equation, before we get into actually writing, and I know this can seem a little tedious, like really, we haven't written a single thing of copy yet, but this makes the copywriting so much easier. And especially if you decide to use a simple AI tool to help you with this. And the last part of this is going to be action. So here is a simple formula you can use to tie all of the problems and agitation that you just created into the solution that you're actually offering. So in the last line can simply say, the offer allows you to break roadblocks so you can result. And you know the result because you listed it out in the beginning. So hopefully this makes sense. If not, if I totally failed you up to this point, you're like, I don't know what this guy is talking about. This is a terrible copywriting tutorial. Please let me know in the comment section below. Go ahead and hit that dislike button that apparently doesn't mean all that much anymore. But we'll move on to the final piece where you can see how all of this starts to fit together. And so jumping over to our screen here, the first thing we can do is put together a complete sentence that goes through how the situation our ideal customer is in. So for a small business owner, we have, I'm a small business owner and I want to spend less time in my business, but I don't have the budget to hire more trained employees. If I don't do this now, I will fall so far behind, I'll never catch up and lose out to competitors. Now, of course, this isn't ready to go to Facebook yet, but if we switched out the I's for you, then all of a sudden we have a pretty compelling set of copy to actually start testing. So in this particular instance, we'll just go ahead and switch it to, are you a small business owner and want to spend less time in your business, but you don't have the budget to hire more trained employees? And you know if you don't, you'll fall so far behind, you'll never be able to catch up to your competitors and you'll lose out on XYZ. Obviously, I'm doing this a little bit on the fly, but we think a little bit more. And then using our final formula here, we have the instant outsource system allows you to hire skilled workers at a fraction of the price so you can spend less time in your business. And so just like that, using these very simple formulas and this very simple problem, agitate, solve framework, we have a halfway decent ad. Now, of course, we can always expand upon this. This is a great springboard to add more copy. And of course, we could go more into maybe a story of how this particular offer can be helpful, or we could go ahead and just list out some of the quick benefits that our offer provides. But I do want to show you something really cool. So there's this tool called Jasper.ai or Conversion.ai. They keep changing the name for legal reasons, but I'll jump over here. I'll leave a link in the description. It is a paid tool, but it is well worth it because this is literally artificial intelligence writing copy for us. So just to show you, I have not prepared anything ahead of time here. So I'm inside, I'll click on frameworks and they have the PSA framework. They also have a Facebook ads framework, although that would be twice as long of a video. And I like starting with the PSA and then moving on to that. So in here, we could go ahead, you can see here, I was playing with some things. So we're calling this the instant outsource system. I'll go ahead and paste this in here. Now, for time purposes, I haven't changed it to you, but we want to change this to you. And then the tone of voice, I always like using persuade. And then we can go ahead and generate. And this tool is instantly going to give us some ideas. So you can see here, it's very similar to what we just talked about a few seconds ago. Problem, you're a small business owner. You want to spend less time in your business. Agitate, you don't have the budget to hire more trained employees, so you're falling behind. Solution, instant outsource system is the answer. With our system, you can get access to a team of highly trained professionals who can help you grow your business. Now, obviously that last part, it's an AI, right? So it doesn't exactly know what we're offering. So we need to change that a little bit. But I'll go ahead and scroll down here and you can see these second two. Actually, let's go ahead and go to this third one. It has quite a bit of text on the problem side. It says, as a small business, you're always looking for ways to spend time in your business and focus on what you're good at. But hiring more trained employees can be expensive and may not be the right solution for you. So of course, I'll leave this up while I keep talking because this literally generated 3 solid sets of problem Agitate solves for Facebook ads in just mere minutes. And so we could go back to our table here and let's go ahead and do it really quickly for the artist example. So for time purposes, I just paused and typed all of it up. So I'll go ahead and paste this in. And then I'm just going to call this the artist journal. Again, I'm doing all of this right here. There's no preparation here. I'm going to go ahead and hit generate. And then we'll have a new set of problem Agitates solve now for our artist. So you want to become an artist. You're not sure where to start. It's hard to start, need time and money. The artist journal can help you become a successful artist quickly. That one wasn't as great, but hey, I'm doing this live so you can see the actual results. Of course, you can always pause and read these, but I highly recommend using a tool like this. I think Jasper is the best one on the market right now. And of course, you can check out the link in the description. If you do decide to purchase, we do receive a commission as a way to support this channel, but it is a fantastic tool because as you can see, using some basic copywriting formulas and just 10 to 20 minutes of work, you can now give this AI tool, which has way more knowledge than all of us put together, and it can actually start cranking out some really great looking Facebook ad copy for us. And there's also an art section that they're working on, so you could actually start getting your ad images created as well. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you got some value out of this video, and most importantly, you're a little more confident when it comes to writing your Facebook ads. Remember, you always have that Facebook ads library as well to go through some of your competitors and even just big brands to start to understand how to actually write your Facebook ads and of course get lots and lots of ideas. So hit that like button, subscribe for more marketing guides just like this one. Check out that link to Jasper. It's an absolute game changer for everything copywriting. And until the next, keep building the business you love.